And then this is what the nail came out. Look at that, bitch. It's acrylic, bitch. So I'm just editing this video right now, and I just realized, girl, you didn't even film an intro. Like, I literally just went right up into it. Like, I was getting all up in it, okay? All in it. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoy the video. I just wanted to say that. And it's Hot Girl Summer. Girl, we need points, so y'all better get on it. Period. Also, I want to mention timestamps are going to be down below. There's different things that I do. So I show you the polygel kit. You know, I show you how to do certain things. So below, I will leave that down there. Okay. So this is the polygel kit here. This is how the this is how the box came packaged right here. I'm gonna open it up. Now I did open this already, but I'm just giving you guys, you know, the pointers of what I got. They sent a letter talking about the CEO and then where to contact them and that. And then on this portion, it actually shows you how to put on the nail and it gives you all the info. Here is the brush. I'm gonna open this up right now. So it comes like this. Yes, I already used it obviously because this hand has nails on it. This side, it says brush here, so you already know that is the brush side, and then this is the picker side for the polygel. And again, I already used it, didn't come like that. And then you get 4 polygels. So you have the clear polygel, you have the bright white, you have the nude polygel, and then the light pink. The one I have on my nails right now is light pink. So this is how light pink is. It's definitely not no light pink, but I'll show you swatches of those. And then here are the nail forms. I believe you get 10 of each nail form, but they're reusable anyway, so it doesn't really matter. My only concern is, do y'all see how big? What kind of monstrous nail? I literally put this against my toenail. Like, this almost looked like a clear roach. It is so large. It's larger than my big toe. I mean, if a man want to do his nails, then I mean, I guess you can. They never said anything about it being specific to male or female or anything like that. When I opened it, that's what I thought, but I literally only can use for my hands, and I have a pretty big thumb. I feel like my fingers are pretty slender, but my thumb's big. I only can use like these 4, and this one's even pushing it. I'm pretty much just stuck. So it's kind of not versatile, but at the same time it is, because some people do have larger nail beds and things like that. And the last thing in the box is a nail file. Now this nail file is 100 to 180 grit. Same thing as the nail file that I had in my last tutorial, which is this thing. Okay, on to the things and the items that you're gonna need. So you're going to need a nail file, of course. This one is my own personal one that I use, but you can use the one in the box, that's okay. You're also gonna need your nail forms, whatever nail forms you have. You're gonna need your dual-ended brush. You're gonna need some poly gel. You don't have to use the color I'm gonna use. I'm gonna use a light pink. That's what I have on my nails. You're going to need a base coat gel of some sort. Normally in the polygel kits you get one, but in this kit I didn't, so this is my own personal one. You're also going to need a top coat of some sort. This is from Gelish. You don't have to get this particular one, but I actually like this one. It's pretty durable. I recommend that you have some paper towel of some sort so you can wipe the brush off of, because it actually works a lot easier if you have some sort of paper towel napkin. You're obviously gonna need your UV lamp. Doesn't have to be this one, but this one will be linked below for you guys. It works pretty great. Not really any complaints on that, and it was only $14.99. I recommend that you have some oil of some sort. This one was from Big Lots. This one was $1, the vitamin E. This one here is just a Shea Moisture overnight facial oil, but it'll work just fine. You're just gonna use this at the end to put on your cuticle to hydrate. It doesn't really matter. Hell, you can even go in the kitchen and grab you some olive oil, bitch, okay? If you want a nail polish, I suggest you get a nail polish to put on your nails. Like I said, I don't have anything on my nails. This is just a clear base coat and then a top coat, but I suggest that you grab your color as well. You need some sort of dish to put your alcohol solution in. I've had this dish for a long time, but you could get these at Sally's for $1, or you could find something at Dollar Tree that you could just put the alcohol in. Just be mindful, it's probably gonna get a little dingy because of the polygel. I suggest you get some long clippers of the sort. These ones I got from CVS. They came in a 2-pack. You want like the big toenail clippers because it's a lot easier to cut through the nail if you have anything to cut off. For those of you that like to be fancy, you can use a nail kit. I am not using this. I'm just going to use a nail file, and I want to keep that in mind. You do not have to use these. You can just use a nail file. And you want to make sure you have some cotton rounds. Now, I'm not going to use these ones because these tear apart easily. These are from the Dollar Tree. So I'm going to use the ones that I have from Target. I like the way they are, and they also have a flat side on the back, so it makes it easier for me. Not really 100% necessary, but I like to use cotton rounds as well. So the last thing you're going to need is some alcohol. I think the 91% alcohol works great. I have not used any other percentage of alcohol, so I'm not aware of how it will work or how it's going to work, but for me 91% works great, so this is what I use. That's everything that you're going to necessarily need. Obviously put something down below, so like how I have these towels down, because alcohol will spill, okay? And if you get alcohol on your mama's table, she's gonna whoop you, and it ain't my fault. Okay, so before we get started, I also wanted to show you guys each color that the polygels represent, so you could kind of get a gist of what you're getting. So this first one is light pink. This is the one that I am using, the one that I have on my nails currently. This next one here is the nude one. They're right next to the light pink. It's very warm nude. I will say that if you have a reddish tone in your skin, something like that, it'll probably look really nice and natural. Mind you, you don't have to keep these. You could just put a polish over them. Then we have the white here, which is very true white. It's supposed to be a bright white, and to me, it's definitely a very bright white. This one here is the clear color, and as you can see, it's just clear. There's nothing special or spectacular to the clear. It's just clear. Okay, so now we have our stuff laid out. You need to get a proper setup for your nail form. First thing I'm gonna do is take a paper towel. I'm gonna fold it, and I'm gonna place it underneath the lamp, so that way it's sturdy, it's down, there's nothing keeping it up, and I have full access to put my hand here because the lamp is turned already. So I'm gonna go ahead and take my little petri dish, and I'm gonna pour my alcohol in that, and as you see, I'm spilling already. I don't know if y'all saw, y'all probably didn't, but I spilled it, and that's my point. You need to have something down because you're going to spill that. So here are my cotton rounds that I got from Target, and as you see, it has a double side, so this is the side I like to use. So I'm just going to lay down like 3 of them. That's a little bit OD, it's not necessary. So I'm gonna take my brush off, I'm gonna have my nail file open, and then I'm going to open the polygel as well. Whatever polygel you decide to use, like I said, I'm using light pink. Make sure this is not close to the UV lamp, please, because it will get hard. So let's put that off to the side. To make it easier for yourself, you can go ahead and open the nail forms and measure out your nail.
Just to make it easy, lay out all the nails after you've measured them according to finger size, so thumb, pointer finger, and so on until you fit the right size. This is going to help you on later and just make the process easy, girl, okay?
You want to make sure that you have your gel polishes, because you are going to put a base coat on your natural nail, but you don't want that near the UV lamp. So now it comes down to nail prep. Make sure your nails are cleaned, a little bit tidy. I'm going to take my file and turn it to the 100 grit side, which is the grittier side of the two, and I'm just going to prep my nails. It's easier when you don't have nails on.
So you're just gonna file down the smooth layer off your nail. That's pretty much all you need. I'm just doing this real quick just to get that first shiny layer off with the grittier side of the nail file.
But this is where your cotton rounds come in handy. You can use cotton balls, you can use paper towel. Again, all up to you. So I'm gonna take a little bit of alcohol on my pad, and after I file down my nail, now I'm going to wipe it off. This is gonna help dehydrate your nail, and it's also gonna get rid of all that extra nail that we just filed off. And then this is what they're looking like, so definitely a little dehydrated. Okay, now it's time to get started in the process. So we're gonna work on our thumb first. What I like to do is take my brush and I dip it in my alcohol solution just a few times. I kind of want to get the brush moist and wet, so I'm gonna take this and I'm gonna dap it off just a little bit, and I'm just gonna kind of let it sit for a second. Now I know this is kind of weird, you're probably like, what's going on? But this is kind of how I like to do it. So I like to put my LED lamp on 60. I'm gonna go ahead and put my base coat on. You need a little bit, okay? Do not drown your nail with base coat. And now any excess that you have, you want to wipe it off, and then I'm gonna go ahead and cure that for 60 seconds. Okay, so now that we cured that, we're gonna take our color of choice. Again, I'm using the light pink. I'm gonna take my brush again and kind of hold it in there, dip it off twice, go ahead and push this. Try not to use this nail too much because you don't want to wipe off the base coat because it should still be a little sticky. I'm gonna take a little bit of a glob. You want to work in smaller sections at a time because you don't end up needing that much. And that was my mistake, but let me go ahead. I'm gonna put it in here. So I'm gonna go ahead and dip my brush back into the alcohol, pat it off twice, and then I'm just going to press the nail. So this is probably the part that's really essential. If you don't properly put enough in here, your nail will come off, it won't last. This is the part where you're kind of just gonna have to practice. And if your brush gets sticky, just dip it back in the alcohol and then put it back on here, and you'll notice it's easier to move the nail form. But yeah, this part is really essential to the process. I noticed if you kind of keep it thicker a little bit on top where it's gonna go fit on the nail, and then thinner as you kind of go down past the nail bed, it works better. We're gonna end up grabbing some more. I just wanna make sure that that's kind of even before I grab more. You want to make sure that you're also getting these sides right here on the inside, because if you don't, then that part's going to be missing on the nail. So I'm going to take some more alcohol on the brush, a little bit more of the polygel. Again, work in small sections of this because sometimes you may just grab too much. So I'm just going to place it here. And I'm just gonna brush it down to make it even. Now this depends on however length that you want the nails. If you want them natural length, you don't have to make them this long. But you know me, ghetto, ratchet, and fabulous. So I like me some long nails. And then if you already did one side like I did, you could kind of measure it out. So as you can see, that's not gonna be long enough. My nail is gonna be too short, so I need to add some more polygel to that. Now this is the crucial part, okay? This is crucial. When you place your nail on, you're gonna get the polygel on the sides. First of all, when you place the nail down, you need to make sure it's even, because you don't want no crooked nail. Your nail do like that, you know? So you take this and then you place it evenly on your nail, okay? So we're gonna press down, and you see how there is nothing coming on the sides? That's because I did it properly. I did it right, so there's no polygel sticking out on the sides. Sometimes it does happen though. So you're just gonna take a little bit of alcohol on your brush, and you're just gonna wipe away the side just like this. And then you hold your hand like this, and you put it under your UV lamp like this for the 60 seconds. And make sure you're pressing down kind of, not hard, okay? Don't press down hard, just very light hand. When you press too hard, this happens. It comes out on the side and all that, and then the nail's crooked now because I wasn't paying attention. You don't want this, but I'm gonna show you guys how to fix it. First things first, we're gonna go ahead and rough up the surface. Again, you can use a manual nail file to speed up this process, but just for the purpose of this, I'm using a nail file. Gonna wipe off the nail with the alcohol. Make sure you guys clean your nails as well, your under nail bed, because that's how you get nasty ass infections in your nails. I'm gonna measure out and check the nail, make sure that this one fits the nail bed. It is perfect. You also want to trim your nails down, but mine aren't that. What I like to do, I like to put the polygel in first before I do the base coat on my nail, because I feel like it works faster because I have more free hands. So I'm gonna go ahead and just take some of the polygel, dip my brush in the alcohol, pull some of that out, grab the nail form, press that in there, dip the alcohol again, brush it off a little, and just do this process. Like I said, it's very repetitive, but once you kind of get the hang of it, it works good. You kind of want the nail bed up top to be a little fuller than the rest of the nail. I noticed it kind of works easier that way. The nail sits on better. Don't forget to get your edges, just like you would if you had a weave on, girl, because the edges will tell off. Then all of that's gonna be missing, and you're gonna have to put it back in later. So you might as well just do it now. I'm gonna take a little bit again, and I'm just gonna sit it here, but I need a little bit more on the edge, so I'm just gonna grab a piece of it and then just shove it over here on the edge, because I didn't want to take the whole thing, it'd have been too much. You see how this end looks here on the edge? And let me do this. You see how it's like a wave? Your nail will look like that if you don't make it straight. So you want to do as less work as possible in the end. So that's why this step is crucial, and you don't want to rush it, because if you rush it, then your nail is gonna have to get filed and fixed and all kinds of stuff. So I'm gonna sit this to the side, but away from the UV lamp, because I don't want it to get cured on its own. I'm gonna take my base coat and just apply it to my nail. Again, you know, you don't have to drown your nail in base coat. It's unnecessary. You're wasting product, and then you're gonna have to clean it up later. Go ahead and cure your nail, and then you're gonna put your polygel after you cure your base coat. Okay, now that your finger is cured, you're gonna take your nail, and again, you know, make sure that you place it precisely on your finger properly, and you kind of want to hold your finger straight as possible. That's probably my easiest way of doing it. And then I just put the nail form on, kind of adjust it as necessary, press down a little, and then see if there's any excess. But as you guys can see, there's no excess coming out of the sides here, so it's fine. It doesn't look crooked or anything like that. At this point, if there's anything messed up on this side, you're gonna want to clean it up as well. But if you do the nail form properly, you won't have to worry about that. So I'm gonna go ahead and cure it. I'm gonna hold my finger so slightly, and I'm just gonna cure this. Okay, so when you guys are curing your nails, make sure that you flip it under the UV lamp and go like this and cure it, because what will happen is this part will stay sticky, and when you go to file and correct it, it will just bend. Again, we're just gonna pop it off from the top. There is a little lip here for you to do it. It tells you to wiggle, but I find that if you just lift it up, it works best. And then this is what the nail came out. Look at that, bitch. It's acrylic, bitch. Bitches won't even know. Obviously you need to file it, but like, look at how good that looks. So we're gonna go ahead and file. Again, you wanna hold your nail file like this, and you wanna hold it right against your nail. That's the trick to great nail shape. And I'm just going to go up and down. Again, it all depends on whatever shape you're going for, but if you want a very sharp whatever, I suggest you hold it like this. And I'm gonna kind of lean it a little because I kind of want it tapered. Again, you want to compare your other previous nail to it, you know. What does the length look like? As you can see, the length is a little bit longer on this one, so we're gonna go ahead and do this. This is very irritating to your nail. I know we don't like this, but this is how you get a great shape. If you want good shapely nails, then that's what you need to do. Also, don't file underneath. If you file just straight on top, it's better. Okay, so now I'm just gonna roughen up the surface of the nail. Mind you, it gets really shiny, and you know, you don't want your gel polish peeling off. So roughen up the entire surface of the nail. Doesn't have to be anything super extensive, just a little, and this also helps if anything is uneven. Now I'm gonna take my alcohol pad, and now we're gonna take the base coat, cure it, and I'm gonna put a top coat. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and add that top coat to this nail. This is probably the most perfect nail that I have done in polygel, so you guys get to witness this, and I'm very grateful for that. Lord knows this is hard. It's not anything easy. This takes a lot of practice, so don't feel discouraged if you can't get it right on the first try. That's what y'all friends are for. Your friends are for the dummies, and then you do it good on yourself, period. I'm gonna go ahead and wipe your nail off here with some alcohol so the nail isn't sticky. If you guys have a wipe off gel, I do. There are gels that have a no wipe, so you don't have to do this. I'll be back when I'm literally completely done. Okay, now that that's all done, go ahead and get your oil of choice. So like I mentioned, you use the vitamin E oil, whatever. I'm using this just because it has a dropper, and you want to put this over your cuticle. You know how they be doing up in the shop, because it's gonna get rid of all the crusties, it's gonna hydrate your nails, all of that good jazz. And we're just gonna rub that in all over the cuticle. Y'all see how nice that makes it look? Sis, see what I'm saying? Get rid of that crust, okay? Get rid of that alcohol because it dried out your hands a little. You know, we're bringing back moisture into the hands, bringing it back. You know, I gotta talk like this now because, you know, my nails are dead. All right, and here are your polygel nails. As you see, they look very much like acrylic nails. I'm trying to get a good view for you guys so you guys could actually see the nails. But here are your polygel nails. And again, they look like acrylic. You could fake the funk, sis. For $14.99, you're faking the funk. It's all about saving the coins, saving the bills, or whatever. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys have any other suggestions, any other videos you'd like to see, go ahead and leave them down below in the comment section. I love you guys so much. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Peace.